In 3.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to another episode of Cigars and Whiskey, the podcast that discusses love, relationships, sex, and dating from a male's perspective. I'm your guy, Ron Coe, and I'm joined by my guys, White Star GB.
What's shaking?
We also have super producer Corey Cool in the building, Cool University.
What up, though?
Shout out to everyone tuned in on YouTube, on Facebook. Please remember to share so we can get more people to tap into the conversation. Tonight, we are smoking the Drew Estates Tobacco Special, and we are drinking Glenmo. The Glenmo, do I call it the Glenmo Orange? Is it orange? No, it's not.
I'm gonna crack it. Let me see.
No, it's
Glenmore Range.
no, yeah, it's a Glenmo range, but Glenmo 12-year. It's aged in bourbon cask. I for some reason I assume with the yellow
Yeah, I would call it Glenmore.
yeah,
The
yeah,
name kind of sound like it.
yeah. All right.
Nice color to it.
Yeah.
Always a nice favorite. We do this every once in a while.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
It was either this or the Glenlivet,
Mm-hmm.
or I was gonna do the Glenmo in the rum cask.
Oh, okay.
The one with like the burgundy kind of color wrapper on it. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Maybe next week. We'll see.
White Star GB.
Shaking, my boy.
How was your week, man?
My week was great. Slow motion. Going through the motions. New York is fall. Weather changing up nicely
Mm-hmm.
as it usually does. Which means change of season, man. Leaves are starting to fall off the trees. Time to start things are starting to die, it kind of feels like. So, or die off. Like the plants in the yard are kind of fading out. So, I kind of use that adjustment part in my life to kind of, you know, change up routines, get back in the gym, try to work on different things. Me and Cool were just talking about you was hitting the streets, running a little bit and everything like that. So just using the change of season to just change up my routine a bit. That's it. Just allocate time for different things.
Okay.
This week was cool though.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Corey Cool.
I'm part of it now. I get asked.
Yeah, you came on the camera last week. So
Yeah,
How was your week, man?
that was fun, guys, to sit with y'all, man. Uh, different to say the least. But I had a good time. I'm all right, man. Just happy to be here. Sort of like what GB is saying. It's a readjustment time. When really for me though, summer is my readjustment time. You know what I'm saying? I my life is under the microscope heavily during the summer, especially the month of July. That's obviously my new year. So now I'm almost ready to slow down a little bit.
So you treat your birthday as the new year?
Yeah, my birthday is New Year for me.
Okay.
That's a very good concept.
Yeah, while New Year, while just January 1st, everybody's, usually coming with their plans and goals or whatever. Yeah. Mine starts July. Soon as July 1st comes, I'm like, oh, all right, this has to go this way.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's your fourth quarter then?
My fourth quarter.
When does it start?
My fourth quarter usually starts around May. No, around April.
April's your fourth quarter.
April's fourth quarter.
Okay. All right. Okay.
When
it's a good fourth quarter.
Yeah, because July is when because of my regular day job. Yeah. My regular day job stops in June. Yeah. I really set forth all of the plans that I had for myself. Mm-hmm. And it's a time for reflection, a lot of reflection for me where, I get a chance to stop a lot of things and focus on, plans that I had ready for myself. Yeah. So when like September is coming, it's kind of like, all right, those things have to be in full swing, and but I hate the wintertime anyway. So it's like
hate wintertime. Okay.
I hate winter.
It forces you to slow down though.
Yeah, I hate wintertime, bro. Like,
I like it.
With a passion.
Force you to slow down.
I hate wintertime. But I will say that everything is good, man. I'm just, trying to just enjoying being here back behind the camera. It's just,
Nice.
this is where I belong.
Nice. Ron, do you believe in the fourth quarter concept? Breaking down the year into 4 quarters, and the fourth quarter is the kind of the year where you kind of really rush to like hit all your goals, like you kind of push everything, and then you kind of rest the beginning of the first quarter. It's kind of like fourth quarter is really
use the fourth to rest.
You use the fourth to rest.
The fourth to rest.
Okay.
It's like try to go hard the first 3, then you could just kind of coast through the fourth.
You like myself are we came into this world in the same month, just a couple days apart. How do you feel during the month of July? Are you feeling like rejuvenated? Are you feeling, more relaxed? Are you, what's your state of mind when the birthday month comes into play? It's my creative time, so I'm wondering about, what you think.
I'm not necessarily. I other than it being my birthday, it's not really any different. Only thing I'm learning now is I feel like now as I get older, I would like to celebrate myself more. I'll do it myself. I'm not like needing anybody else to do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's about it. As I've gotten older, like because I think I had expectations before for other people to celebrate me, and it's like, all right, I'll celebrate myself. That's something that I've just added on as I've gotten older. But other than that, yeah, I don't like around. I don't necessarily enjoy the summer or around that time any more than any other month or any time of the year, because work doesn't stop. You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, like,
but the sun is out.
It's a drag.
But the sun is out.
It's a drag working in the summertime.
For real? It's like a pleasure to be out there in the sun and working. And
sometimes.
Yeah, July's one of the nice months.
It's cool. It's cool.
Except for your birthday.
Greatest month on the calendar, baby. Don't get it twisted. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Man. I was doing wrong.
My week was cool, man.
Yeah, man.
I had a question, right? Because I observed something like last week, right? So, I told you guys my son is finally playing football, right? And he's never played organized ball before. So the team that he's on, they're 9-year-olds, but they take this shit like dead ass serious. So they're not really at the stage of learning. They're in the stage of trying to win. That's it. They're not trying to, you know what I mean? It's like, all right.
Well, they're playing football. It's a game at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to kind of work with my son on the off time when they're not practicing in order to kind of speed up the learning curve for him so he can learn the game. And sometimes I feel like I'm on him like a little bit too hard, right? It could be me. I could feel like it's me, but then sometimes I feel like his attention span is very, very short, and he doesn't take constructive criticism well, right? So then sometimes when he gets frustrated or whatever, I feel like I might be a little bit too hard, or I might be just keep going at him. So last game, there's one of the kids on the team. He plays cornerback, and he's pretty good, right? And his father is mad relaxed, mad chill. You see him at practice, like mad low key, very, very nice guy. Kind of unassuming in a sense. So after the game, right, I see him talking to his son. Now his son made a mistake. It wasn't like a game losing or game winning mistake or whatever. It was just like, all right, he might have missed something or whatever. Nothing really too big. But he's barking on his son, barking on him crazy. Okay. And he's like, yo, I told you to do it like this.
Cursing or barking?
Cursing. and barking.
Okay.
Then he like, I told you to hit like this, and hits him hard as shit. Right? And to the point where the kid is crying. And I'm like, damn, I must be being really, really easy on my son. If because you would have never, if you met this guy, you would never think that, but on the low, it's people that are doing work with their kids, and you're not thinking that. You know what I mean? But the kid is probably where he is now as far as his advancement in football because of his father being hard on, being that way with him. I'm not sure if it's hard or if it's not. You know what I mean? But is there a certain
football is blood sport, Ron?
It is, but we're talking about 8 and 9 year olds.
Dog, you out there, you could get concussion, you could get your leg twisted like Tyreek Hill, you could get trucked, you could get maimed, and you could get embarrassed. It's blood sport. You have to have I was too pussy to play football. I ain't want to play football. I seen niggas get hit out there. I was like, yo, Nick, that ain't for me. I'm gonna play basketball. I wasn't, that ain't, no, my bones, like, I've never broken nothing in my life. You gotta get ready. You're putting your kid on a battlefield, so he should be.
So you feel like as far as
first and foremost,
sport, you should be that intense just because of.
He should be that intense. He should be that aware. I think he should be aware, especially with tackling. A wrong tackle, he goes down too long, and his neck is fucked up, or something like it ain't. It's a game like that. I don't really see. I wouldn't let my kid play it.
All right,
but
so let's take it off of football, right? We're just talking about the intensity that you give to your kids as far as trying to make them better in anything that they do, whether it's another sports, school,
academics.
How far is too far to go?
So
you know what I mean?
All right, not that okay. Before we move away from sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have, my son is too young. He's coming up. My daughter, I ask this valuable question. And the question I ask her is, do you just want to play or do you want to be good? Because I think that right there is it tells me everything I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to play, my intensity level obviously doesn't have to be that serious.
Right.
I make sure you keep your commitment, but as far as now, if you tell me I want to be good, then the intensity level of what I deliver has to be a lot higher. I give for example, so my daughter did karate for a while, and the sensei would always come to me because she was bigger than everybody, and there was no girl that could stand in her path. You know what I mean? Absolutely not. They would put her up against the boys. And he would always come to me and go, yo, she needs to do the competitions. And I would say, well, I feel uncomfortable sending my child into a fight with just your guidance. And he would look at me like I was crazy all the time, but I'd say, there's no way that I can comfortably send my child into, no matter what you teach her. You can teach her this, that, and the third and the fourth. You know what I mean? But I don't trust you enough. I would have to
Mr. Miyagi chop you in your neck.
Nah, but you know what it is? It's not. And I get that. No. I get that. I would definitely have to pick something up. You know what I mean? I'm swinging. I'm coming in back to leg, nigga. You gotta. I hope your training gave you some of that. But I would always tell him unless I worked with her, on top of what it is you're teaching her, because it's a fight at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
What is it? A fight? It was like a match.
It's a match, but punches and kicks is thrown.
But there's rules in a match. In a fight, there's not rules. I think it's the difference between a fight and a match.
The thing is, even if you want to use that concept of it, right? A lot of the times, teachers or instructors, they teach technique. They don't teach aggression. I think as far as us, we could kind of work on the aggression of the kid, right? Because they're not going to tell you, be mad at the person you're sparring with at class or something like that. Take all your anger out on that person.
In fact,
because it's not really that competitive there, right?
In fact, he would pull her back a lot of the time. So if she hit somebody too hard, he would tell her, oh, it's too hard. You know what I mean?
I'm like, worry about the other kids.
But so that's my, you're right. So that's my point. Like,
right.
it's no way I could send my kid into battle just with your guidance. So I think a lot of it is based on the temperament of the child. But I do think that's a valuable question to ask. Like, do you just want to play? Like, as far as you just being out here, is that because, okay, my point is this, right? When you bring up that he doesn't, he's not playing a lot of minutes, let's just say.
Yeah.
Does that seem to bother him?
Somewhat.
Like,
he's going to the coach and say, could I play here or play there?
Okay.
Yeah, he's asking, right?
Want to get out there.
So, he doesn't want to get out there, right? And I told him, I even told him last night, I said, yo, you want to be one of the best kids on the team? He was like, yeah. I said, if you listen to what I tell you, I can make sure you're better than the majority of these kids on the team.
Right.
I said, yo, now some of these kids got a lot of this shit is based on just their experience. I said, yo, they've been playing since 8 or 9 years old. I play way more football, and I could tell it's mad shit that I could show you to make you better, right? But you get upset when I tell you some shit. It's like, yo, you don't want to listen. You know what I mean? And I gotta understand he's he just turned 9 years old. So he's like, yeah. They could say yes, but ultimately, do they know what it takes in order to be better at
being a coach is also gauging your students' mental capacity too. Just because it's your son, it's still a young person.
Yes.
So you still have to know like how much of it you could take before you push back, before you pull back. And then, Mr. Miyagi had Daniel's son waxing the car for like 3 weeks before he even taught him anything. You know what I mean? So it's all about, testing the patience, gaining their mental. It's about expanding, being a coach and sports and everything like that. It's a lesson for life all the way around.
Well, that's
so you're teaching them adversity.
That's
teaching them hard work. You're teaching them all these things, and you're also teaching them constructive criticism. But you can't get frustrated either. It's on the teacher too. It teaches you too.
Yeah,
not to get frustrated.
It's very tough not to get frustrated.
Well, then if you can't not get frustrated, then you should probably back off.
Yeah,
because you're not doing the job, because you're just gonna agitate the whole situation. And you're in the position of authority, so then you're just gonna blame the kid. You know what I mean?
I do want to say that girl dads definitely have the proper outlook on things a lot of the time, right? Because you have to get the job done without the aggression to a degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we catch your flies with chopsticks, so we out here thinking our way through.
You have to think your way through. And it's like,
everything's
when you have a son, the end result is that you could always be physical, right? Like that's the break the glass, but it's always there. The option is always there to get physical.
Right.
I would say maybe it may be the football lifestyle that you may have to sell a little bit. You know what I mean? Like make it part of your everyday life. You know what I'm saying?
Yelling them in the morning, get up, boy!
No, I mean more like how interested is he in the game outside
of
being on the football field?
That's one of the issues.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me not call it an issue, right?
He doesn't like football. Does he like to watch the game?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell him. I'm like, yo, bro, like you should come watch the game with me. Come watch the Jets game.
Yeah, but you like the Jets. I was about to say that.
It don't
matter.
Have
a boy watching no Jets,
It don't matter, right?
Oh man, Jets, yo.
So this is the thing. The thing is, I need him to
Giants.
Either way, he could watch whoever you want to watch.
Yeah, watch the Giants.
I might have. Oh,
I ain't no better.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I need you to learn the game. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, when I go out and practice with him, am I going to teach him the entire rule book of the game? You understand what I'm saying? We might be practicing routes or whatever, all this other different stuff. But I'm like, yo, I need you to learn the game as you watch the game. Yeah, exactly.
You know what?
Play Madden, do something. But you got to learn the game, yo.
Sidebar. It's kind of like what I tell my wife, right? So my wife is, you know what she does, but I always tell my wife, how interested are you in the sport? right? Like, okay, you went to school, you got your degrees, you're working in the field, and you're doing your job. You're doing what the job entails. You're, for instance, me, I got a job in radio, but the sport of radio is intriguing to me.
Yeah.
New equipment that's coming out.
Yeah.
New rules from the FCC.
Right.
You know, new company acquisitions. Those things help me become better overall in the sport.
Yeah.
Right. My wife is like, you know, I could care less about the new journal that came out or whatever. I'm already here. I'm already shit is stressful out here in the street, you know. Yeah. But what I will say is I believe that part of it always helps with growth, how interested you are in the sport.
Absolutely.
We do podcasting, and we've been doing podcasting a long time. But what we are is interested in the growth of how other shows go from here to there and how to cut content and whatever. You know, our interests go a little bit beyond sitting in front of the microphones every Friday. Now, mind you, could it be higher on everybody's part, on my part? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the way this thing is continuing to grow is because we are interested in the overall sport of things, and maybe going forward,
be in the game.
Yeah, you got to be in the game. You know, and like GB, to go back to what GB said, it's a tough ass sport. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough. You know, it's a physical sport. And you got to be into the game of things. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Since we're talking about kids, I got a if you go to the YouTube, the Instagram, I got one about the youths. Let's go up a little bit.
Oh, go out of this one. Yeah, it's the wrong.
Go up one, Go up a little bit. A little more.
Oh, that's the one right here.
Nah, go up a little more.
That's the one I think. Look at that one too.
Go right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talk about kids. Talk about the youths.
Attendance certificate. I don't believe in them. I literally do not believe in perfect attendance, because perfect attendance, what that means is if you're sick, if you're having a bad day, if you're tired, like you just pushed through and you came to school anyway. And it's like, yeah, nah, we're not doing that. Like my kid could absolutely say to me, Mommy, I don't feel like going to school today. I don't think it's anything wrong with that.
You know, we being in schools, we know that some of these kids, they don't need no absences. Like, they don't even need some of the holidays. I'm gonna keep it up. You know, we go listen, keep it a buck. They need to be in school.
They need extra work.
Yeah, they need to be in school as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really too much on the kids being out of school just willy-nilly.
It's 20 degrees outside, and my kids say I don't want to go. I don't want to go outside either. Like, we have PTO days as adults, so why we can't use that also for our kids? Here's the bigger part of it, right? When we were growing up, we needed mental health days as well, but we had to be like, oh, I don't feel well today. And you got to lie about it.
Right.
And then when you home, you can't laugh, you can't walk straight, you can't get out of bed, you can't do nothing. Right. Like, you got to just sit there and lay there just to have a minute, just to have a break. And I don't want my kids to have to fake it. And no, I don't have an excuse. And no, I'm not about to make up something. I'm just not.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
We reacted to a few of their clips.
I kind of agree with her, yo. I saw it, and having the hindsight of raising a whole adult, like I raised the kid already, and me going to school and on my third go, yeah. If you don't feel like going, as long as it's not like OD, if you just don't feel like going, just, you know, nah, you don't really kind of have to go. Like, unless you're not going, you know, if you're not going to like skip a test, if you're like, if you just don't have it that day, like, yo, I feel like it's staying home.
Kids go to school with half the year though.
Okay. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna raise you. Parents send their kids to school for daycare.
I do. What do you mean? Like,
what do you mean? Huh? They actually learn something when they go.
They do, but a lot of times people don't let their kids stay home from school because they have to go to work.
But why are you staying home? Why are you staying home from work? I mean, from school.
Because you would take a day off from work when you don't feel like working.
Adults you plan your days off all year round.
Okay.
If my job say, yo, I'll pay you for the whole year, and you just got to work 6 months. And you're going to take no days off. Yes, I'm going every day. Yeah, I'll take that deal.
Between vacation days and like PTO and all that stuff,
you
get about like a month off. You know what I mean? So
take all that shit and you say, yo, you could work 6 months and get paid for the full year.
Right.
Just don't take no days off. No time off.
But you're directly incentivized for going to work. You get a paycheck at the end of the week. So we gotta take that off the board. Like it's a difference. Kids go to school to go to school. You know what I mean? They go to school to learn something. It's a very important thing. But if they're not feeling it, give them a day.
Kids are incentivized by their parents.
Yes, yeah.
All right,
by their parents' approval and everything like
all
that.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't go to school, how can I go to work and provide for you?
That's the daycare aspect of it, right?
No, it's not just the daycare. It's something to do. It's not like I'm saying, yo, go sit there, go to school and sit and look at a wall for 8 hours. I have a situation where
there's always someone home. So I don't see, like, my wife is a big proponent of you're not missing any days of school. Me, if she wakes up and she catches me, and she's like, I don't feel like going to school, go back to bed. You know what I mean?
It's all right. So school actually gives kids something constructive to do.
Yes.
For the day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's the reason why we put our kids in activities, different stuff, so they have something constructive to do. Like an idle mind is, I don't know what the saying is.
Should we set a baseline? Can we set a baseline of a good student? A B+ student.
Okay.
Not slacking, not nothing. Comes to you, I need a day. I guess I don't feel like going. You know what I mean? I need a day. You know, we have young ladies that, you know, maybe they might start their menstrual cycle.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
I need a day. I don't feel like going today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stay home. It's cool.
So,
not a big deal.
You know, I can only say so much on this I can only say so much on this topic because I work 9 months out of the year. Because I work for
school is 9 months.
It's 9 months.
9 months out the year.
It's 9 months out the year.
9 months.
9, 10, 11, 12. So
I was trying to keep.
No, well, no, you know what? 10 months. 10 months out of the year.
I'm trying to keep it.
Yeah, it's 10 months. So I will say that my child will take it, but the way she'll take it is she will pull her. She'll go, but she's for sure gonna hit the nurse's office, and I'm gonna get that phone call.
See, don't do that. Don't do that. That's what I don't want to do.
Simple things. Yeah. What's up?
Simple things. Where you been at? So, and that frustrates me because it does uproot everything that's kind of going on.
But she knows kind of how to work the system.
She knows the system. Now my wife, she'll come. She won't bother coming to me with that. She'll sneak my wife on a low. And not that I will say no or anything like that. It's just I'm just flying at 100 miles an hour, so she'll catch my wife on a low, like, listen, like, you know what I mean? And my wife would be like, "Nah, you're gonna go."
Yo, back in the day, what was the perfect number on that thermometer that get your mom to keep you on? I think that 101 was perfect.
I was lucky.
I used to put the thermometer on a light bulb.
Yeah. This dude, he lived a TV sitcom life.
And then just put it back in.
My mother was the type of mother that'd be like, if I said I ain't really
No, my parents had to go to work, yo. I was messing up the money.
If my mother came down and woke me up for school and I looked at her and said, "Yo, Ma, I don't feel like going today," my mother would literally be like, "All right, well."
Yo, dog, I had appendicitis that my parents sent me to school, dog. Yo, I woke up with a stomach ache out. Yo, my stomach was like, they were like, "Yo, go to school, nigga." I went to school. I went to the nurse's office. They were like, "Yo, get this." Yo, I went to an ambulance came and picked me up from Maurice W. Downing and took me to the hospital for surgery. But my parents were like, "Oh, so you really wasn't sick, nigga?"
Yeah. Now, but okay. So now to bring it to you, if one of your kids just says, "Pops, I don't got it today. I don't want to go." What do you say?
Bro, I'm saying what I'm saying, but I am like that happens all the time in my house, right? It happens all the time, right? But I'm not saying I understand what's because kids have a good deal. Most kids have a good deal. Let me. You know what I mean? All right.
Well, some
they
kids
got
living with some real shit.
No, they are.
Some.
That's why I changed it and I said most kids.
Right.
Most kids have a very good deal.
Right.
They get what they want, all the material stuff that they want.
School is just a job.
Yeah. It's all right. This is your part of the deal, right?
Yeah.
And as adults, right? We're raising them to be adults. And we know this is what life is about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a fucked up it's a fucked up system, but like, yo, all right, we got to get them prepared for it, right?
But we're the best version of adults today. So we understand that. We understand motivation. We understand burnout. We understand different things. We understand if someone says they need a minute, give them a minute.
Yeah, that's all cool. All that cushy shit that, this new age of like,
you gotta earn it. If you're failing, bro, you gotta go to school and after school and extra help.
No,
and
are we raising softer people? Are we in a softer society?
No, we're raising more cerebral people who are aware of their mental capacity.
But you know what? Okay, that reminds me.
You want to call that soft?
This is a sidebar. It's a sidebar.
Okay.
But this has nothing to do with nothing. But it just what you said right now, G. We just struck a chord where it reminds me of like the kid who's failing everything, but got the new shoes on and shit like that. That shit bothers
Stay
me.
fresh, my boy.
It bothers me.
Yeah,
now, okay, I'm not saying to because listen, if some kids' grades were the equivalent of their gear, some would be their holes in their shoes, high water pants. So I'm not saying to do that.
Is that a false concept that we're giving children?
I believe that's
if you underachieve in the world, you can't have things.
Well, you got to think. It starts from the No Child Left Behind thing. Starts there
because we live in a softer society.
Yeah,
and if you produce, you could get a day. Let's read Simple Things comments.
Yeah, he got a lot, man. He got a lot.
Yeah. What up, man?
So the first thing he says, that his wife is a big believer in the perfect attendance thing.
It's a nice award at the end of the school year.
It's a nice award.
Yeah, it's a nice award.
And he says, if they're a D student, take your ass to school.
That's how I think.
You definitely have to earn, you have to earn it. You have to be a producer.
It's all relative, though. It's relative, right? Because the A student is not going to miss. That's going to be the one that has the perfect attendance. It's going to be the one that gets bad grades that doesn't like school. That's going to miss school.
You don't have to. You don't have to not like school to not want to go a day or two, or to go 3.
If it's extended, like people that as we get older, right? We know as we got older, high school and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The nerdy people that got great grades, they didn't miss school.
No, they don't miss school.
They don't miss school. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. They care about that shit. Now, me, I'm middle of the pack. Not so much.
Yeah.
So I'll cut some classes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna get the perfect attendance.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a cutter. Like if I came, I was there. Pause. You know what I mean? And also, I don't think I've ever.
I was running a college schedule. Like, I'm not going to that one. I'm going this one.
Yeah, I never cut. I never cut a class.
I cut earth science my whole 9th grade.
I cut a class so much that when I had to go back, I was so embarrassed because I hadn't been there in like 4 months, yo.
What? Yeah, I've never physically cut a class before.
Man,
I had some absences, but you know what I'm saying? I can't. Because the thing about it is, when you get to high school, that's where everybody's at. You know what I'm saying? Like the girls are at
early lunch period. You like, damn, you don't get popping to the second lunch. You know what I mean?
Like, I gotta take like 2 or 3 lunches. That's what everybody's
I gotta chill, yo.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Miss Harvey, yo. Shout out to Miss Harvey. Miss Harvey, call your crib.
You got Spanish class, but it's the popping lunch period when you're in Spanish class. Fuck Spanish. I'm going to the lunchroom. You know what I mean?
And I went to public high school after like spending my whole first 8 years in private school. So the whole concept of cutting was impossible. And like once I really found out, like, yo, we could hoop all day. Yo, dog, that first semester, yo, I think I played ball all day. I played ball behind the school all day, dog. And it was just, it was terrible. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that to the forefront.
That was fly, man. You know what I mean? God bless the children.
Yeah, man. Babies. Always babies.
All right, where we going next?
I think there should be one like right next to it. Go right up above it. Let's go right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
All right. What is that?
Oh, that was interesting.
NYC couple charges guest $333 to attend their wedding. Only 60 of the 350 of the guests showed. Let's see what else we got here on the slides.
But it says the New York couple Nova and Rima Styles sold $333 tickets to their 12-hour wedding experience across the city, invited 350 people, but ultimately hosting about 60 who paid to attend. The fee secured a seat on a double-decker bus that shuttled guests from a ceremony at St. Patrick's Cathedral to stops like Hudson Yards, One World Trade Center, and a formal dinner to close the night. They said the $333 price.
Never would rock for it. Count me fucking out, bro.
Pick for its angel number symbolism, help cap attendance, and cover logistics for mobile celebration instead of a traditional single venue event.
All right, I got.
How many people end up showing? How many people?
60 out of the
60. Let's do a little math.
'Cause 18,000, 19,000.
Yeah, kind of weeded
look
out.
at this guy.
They did all right.
They
did all right.
Now this is the thing. I want to go back to one of you guys' most famous clips that there is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this clip was a famous clip that you guys had early on, and that was GB said you literally just have to bring money. Like, this is the thing. If you go to somebody's wedding that you know, okay. Now I wonder if it was 333
per person.
Per person,
yeah. Most of it went to.
Well, that's a little maybe. Okay, if I go to somebody's wedding, right, I'm gonna do probably 2 apiece. I'm gonna give 2. My wife will give 2, so we come about 400. You know what I mean? And that's if like we don't like it might be, let's say it's her work friend, or it's like it's her thing. I'm going with her. We're gonna do No, it's
I was gonna say put us big on the screen. Oh, okay, fuck it.
Yeah, we're doing 2 and 2. We're doing a nice little 400 pack for the gift. If we know them, if it's like our, real close situation, we'll probably go about 3. We'll probably do about 6 or something.
Nice,
6 or something like that, right?
Depending on your relationship on the couple.
Yeah, it's all based
That's
on
excessive.
That. But I feel like
that's a lot.
No, but I feel like, okay, not that I would want to, knock on wood, one of you guys get remarried or whatever the case was, I'm gonna try to come that much. You know what I mean? At least, if it's a slow week for me, at least I'm gonna try to do 2. 2 and 2. So 400, you know what I mean?
I want to be remembered. I want you to open my card and be like, oh, my nigga look.
So what's the buy-in? Like what's the buy-in for you?
A nice amount. A nice,
what's
nice
a nice
amount.
what? Like what?
Yeah, 5 to 6.
5 to 6?
Yeah.
For just you and your wife?
Depending on who the person is.
So
if it's my wife's friend, it's gonna be more on the 4 side. But if it's my people's, they're getting like 5 to 6 to upwards. Now, can I say something a little controversial?
I'm probably cheap because I'm like 100. Like it depends. First of all, it depends on the place. If you look like you spent bread, then bread, and it's like, all right,
you went to the Legion Hall.
Yeah, I'm not giving $200 a person. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it like that. Like, I don't know, no bougie shit.
Chinese buffet.
Like, yeah,
I think 2 and 2 is the buy-in.
All right, if you that's good.
Today
that's cool.
with inflation,
you can always
respect it.
be higher. You can always be higher, all right? But the way I come in is like, all right, at the very least, depending on where I'm at financially, I'll pay for my plate, but usually a little bit above what the plate is at the place. You know what I mean?
Can I add a little something controversial to the mix?
Sure.
It kind of depends if I got to take a day off for work to come to your wedding too. Oh, them weekday weddings I love my peoples. A lot of people have weekday weddings, but your wedding should be on a weekend. You'll get more from me if your wedding's on the weekend.
But it's more expensive.
That's just me.
It's gonna cost them more money.
Fine, but it's gonna cost somebody the money. Someone has to take off of work. Someone has to get a bit,
Does your belief in the couple have anything to do with your gift?
Belief in the nah.
Like, this is not gonna last.
I'm gonna take care of my people. No matter. Even if it's grand opening, grand closing, I'm gonna take care. You know what I'm saying? But yo, if I gotta take off for work, you're gonna get a little less, yo. I ain't gonna hold you, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But are these
yeah, word. Everything don't work, dog.
Exactly.
You ain't lying.
Are these two influencers or something like that?
I don't know, man.
You could tell by what they had them dudes wearing. That green, they were definitely trying to.
No, listen, man.
Get featured on Cigars and Whiskey.
There's no way I pull up and you tell. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. My best friend in the world, I would not be in your wedding party if you try to make me wear shorts with a suit jacket.
Wearing the Oompa Loompa suits.
Ain't no way. I would gracefully tell you, nah, bro, I'm not gonna do that. I don't give a fuck what it looks like. There's no way I'm wearing. I would never wear shorts with a suit jacket anyway. I think that's the weirdest shit.
You never know, man.
Never.
Yeah, push your team.
Never.
He did it. So I feel like the price point that they had for what they were giving, like the experience, it kind of,
that's a good price point.
It didn't seem like it was that bad. Like they had, you going to this place, you going to that place, you're riding a double-decker bus, and you got the dinner,
which is more than you get a normal fucking wedding experience. Yeah,
but with that, are they do you pay for that and then you got to still give them a gift? Because like Simple Thing said, maybe, but definitely, I'm not bringing a gift. All I'm bringing is a bottle for me, and if I need to see I need to see the itinerary, right? Yeah. Like, are they expecting people to gift them on top of paying?
No, I think that $333 was the minimum gift. I think you could pay them above that. You could give them more than that, but I think that was the buy-in cost, and I felt like they kind of knew. I think it's genius. I think pricing people out of your wedding is beautiful. Because on top of that, you're gonna get the people who not gonna come, and niggas gonna send you a buck. Like, yo, I can't make it here. Just hold that. You know what I mean?
Like, but the thing is,
let people to be.
You shoot yourself in the foot if you invited 300 people, right? And 60 come.
I feel like they invited 350 people to weed those people out. I feel like they just threw mad people out the wall, and they got the number that they kind of maybe they wanted 100. But I think 65 wasn't so bad.
I don't think it's fly to whore out your wedding.
Right? Why? It's to start your life together. And if you could go back.
All right. So let me ask you this. Hold on. You believe if let's say they made 19 grand, right? How much of that you think there is profit net to the bottom line?
If they made 19, probably like 7. Despite the backlash, the pair defended their model and said proceeds were directed towards supporting the couples facing infertility rather than padding their own budget. Coverage noted the smaller headcount also slashed expected expenses by tens of thousands of dollars. So
spent a lot of shit. Well,
what you mean?
They used it towards having the baby. So they used, they raised the money. I think it's a great idea. Salute to them. I think more people should do untraditional thing. And I think we have to train our people.
But it doesn't make sense.
I think we have to train our people to give money at wedding. A wedding is a fundraiser. A fundraiser is to raise money to send this couple off into their life together. Even if they've been together 10 years, but before that, maybe they want to buy a house, maybe they want to have a child, maybe they want to have that. People cannot go to weddings empty-handed.
Can I ask you a question?
No, you can't go empty-handed. No,
you can't. But let me ask you this, because I could speak for like Black American people, right?
Go ahead.
A lot of them don't know the etiquette. Do Caribbean people know the etiquette?
Not really.
Well, I don't know. Well, they don't count.
Well, not as much as Africans or like
Africans. They know this.
Yeah,
they know the etiquette.
I think as far as the black people,
they know
Africans.
about gift giving and giving monies.
Bro,
yes,
they shower
people with money. They get
people
it.
with money.
They understand like this is a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Same way your kid is hustling chocolate this time of year. Yo, dog, give me some money, dog.
Yeah,
like, let me start my life with my wife. I'm gonna throw this fancy ass party. You gonna come, you're gonna drink, you're gonna eat. Come with a nice check, yo. If you fuck with me, that's all I'm asking. And if I gotta price you out of that shit,
GB said literally come with money. Like
come with money, dog. Like I was gonna try that shit home. Word,
would you cut a friendship if they
Nah. It's not.
You'll hold that against the person though.
They cheap ass nigga, but yeah.
Well, like the Italians, man, they have the book. They have the book.
What's the
baby
book?
showers.
Explain that.
So the Italian folks, they
do a ledger, right?
Yeah, somebody's there with the book. Literally writing down
what the person, what
everybody brings.
And that's public knowledge.
And they talk a lot of shit about those who shortchange.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing.
Yo, I feel like this motherfucker, he came back. He was around, hanging out. Oh, he went to the fire. Jeez. Damn.
Off to a flame, right? What is that?
Yeah, well, damn.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Pour a little bit for my nigga, man. My nigga.
What else we got, cool?
All right, let me ask you this, right? What up? I got shout out to Donkey D. So we have a common friend, if you want to call him a friend, associate, whatever, right? So he was upset and saying that he kind of doesn't keep this guy in the friend zone, Paul, not like that, right? As a friend in the friendship zone, because he said that this person only calls him when he needs something, right? Is that all right? So I'm a guy that feels like,
is he talking about you?
I don't. His gripe with me is that I don't call enough. Not that I call when I need it. I don't. I'm not. I don't call enough. Right.
Okay, all right.
But all right. So I'm the person. I feel like different. You have different relationships with different friends, right?
Yeah.
And some relationships, some friendships are more transactional than others, right? Do you feel like that's enough reason to like cut a friendship?
Yeah. Because you know what? At this stage in our life, okay. Well, let me back up a little bit. All friendships should serve a purpose, not be transactional, but serve a purpose. For instance, back in the day, it might have been that dude that hung around that was just mad funny. And niggas would burn and light up and smoke, and he might even have no weed, but he would just tell mad ill jokes and just, you know what I'm saying, make his time or his purpose felt. You know what I'm saying? He was
Chiba Hawk.
He might have been a Chiba Hawk, but I think it was mad funny. So it's like, yo, I got the bud. Then well, guess what? That dude's not funny anymore. But he's less funny. Cam was on the show the other day talking about how, when the fiend would come and tell a joke and he'd give him some money just to tell a joke. And once he got clean, he wasn't that funny no more. So it's like, so I want to say definitely friendship should serve a purpose.
Okay. Hold that thought though. Right. But what if, all right, he's complaining about that person calls him when he needs something. Right. But what if he called that friend when he needed something and the person obliged? Right. And what if their relationship is like that? Like, yo, you call him when you need something, he call you when he needs something.
And that's the very definition of transactional. Transactional means acts. I had it here. Relating to exchange or interchange between people. So something has to go between both sides. If there's only one person calling for something, but the other person doesn't need anything or want anything from you, then the transaction is only one way. And that weighs on a relationship. You have to offer him something. Let me buy your family dinner. Let me do something for you. Yo, here's a bottle. You know what I mean? Here's something nice because you're looking out for me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the way transactional work. When you know you leaning on somebody a lot, and that person doesn't need anything from you, the light bulb should go off in your head. Be like, all right, here's something nice for looking out for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it.
It should.
You got to grease the wheels.
It should,
or else the wheels go dry, and then.
But
boom.
you know, I think obviously he's feeling that way because, you know, he's
a little needy.
It's one sided.
He's a little needy.
That's a possibility. That's a it's a possibility. But I will say that you know, anybody who does just call you when they need something, you know, that is a little dangerous to a degree, to a person with a family and this and that. You know what I mean?
I definitely agree.
And it takes a little bit of audacity too. Like, and audacity is a little abrasive.
All right. It's a little more context to it. But we have to take into account that, we are grown men, right? We all have families, we have lives, we have things going on, right? So we're not going to speak as much as we did when we were in high school or when we were teenagers and shit like that.
Well, if you're going to need me every once in a while, call.
All right. If you get, all right. If you give me something, like you say, yo, you know what? All right, GB. You say I use one of your tools, right? And I'd be like, yo, can I use your tool? Yo, you can use it anytime you want.
That's a pause. I think you got to pause.
Pause. All right.
I think I didn't know Diddy that. I think Diddy was using it in school.
You could use this, that, and the third as much as you want, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be like, all right, cool, right? But we don't speak all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But every few months, I need to use that tool. Right? Yo, G, can I use that?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, come through. Come get it. Right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
A few months later, yo, GB, can I use that tool? Now, we don't speak that much.
Right.
But we still consider friends.
Have it clean, have it nice when you come back, and like after the 4th or 5th time, offer to get that tool serviced. Like we're not talking about like a drill or something like that. We're talking about maybe
let's say drill. Yeah.
Oh, drill is cool. Okay, I'm talking about like maybe like lawn equipment or something like that. If I have a neighbor and he borrowing my lawnmower every once in a while, you know what I mean? Come with a can of gas. Like offer to change the blade. Like do something. Like be cool. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's transactional means both sides. If you leaning on a nigga too much, he ain't gonna fuck with you. Today I was just literally thinking about someone that I met through somebody and asked me for a favor. I didn't really know this person, but I kind of did the favor. And then it was like, called again, was like, yo, can you do this? Then it was like 3 times, and it was just like, it wasn't even no lunch or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm taking time out my day. Then it was like, man, you dead, nigga. Like, I literally, nigga, I hold a funeral for a nigga. Like, nigga, you don't exist to me anymore. Like, you not gonna lean on, we not doing this shit. You're not gonna lean on me. I'm not, cause what's the difference between sonning a nigga and using a nigga and just being, like it's
okay.
Too much.
All right. Let's put it into real life perspective, right? So if you guys don't know, me and Ron Cole are married to family.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we have a young son. And your wife is on the list of people. If an emergency happens and we need somebody to watch our son, we will call your wife. Now, obviously, you guys both know that the door is open in case we have, you need to send your two my way. But now imagine if every time I call you, it's, yo, can you guys watch our kids? Now, mind you, also too, because we know better, when we ask, we're going to make sure that there's a bag that comes over. There's snacks in the bag. There's the proper amount of diapers. There's wipes. We're going to be like, hey, you guys eat. We're going to make sure food goes over there. So that
go for a pie. Yeah.
Right. So a little pie, just to make sure.
Love, yeah.
But like, imagine if every time we called and we asked, we just drop the kids off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually you'd be like, yeah, even though we're married to family and our wives are as close as you could possibly get as far as family is concerned.
Now you move the goalpost a little bit now, because family is different. Family can lean on you a lot more than friends can.
Not in my book.
Me either.
Not
Okay.
in my book.
All right.
Family, no.
If
Yeah.
I ain't gonna. If you,
No,
you
more
if I
than
call
friends,
you, no,
it's the
no.
same threshold.
It's the
It-
same
no, if you
threshold.
call,
for me.
if I call, I don't
Same
call
thing.
mad people my. If I call you my friend, you get the same shit as my family gets.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Money too?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Nah, come on.
Yeah.
bro.
Your brother can ask you for money as many times as your friend can ask you for money, and it's the same thing.
My
I might tell
friend,
both of you. I know. You know what I mean? It don't matter. But I'm saying I'm not treating one like, yo, it's not really that different to me.
Yeah.
I don't like, yo, bro.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm not saying yes all the time.
Right.
It's like I could same way I would tell my brother no, I might tell you no too.
Mm,
But I'm treating y'all, you know, like if I call you my friend,
yeah.
the door is open. If whatever I could do, I'll do it. Right? But the situation that we're talking about, it's like, all right, you like as far as you got to give, I feel like you're saying it has to go both ways, but you kind of got to give the other person a chance to, you know, like be in a situation where you may need them too, right? And
I think self-awareness.
All right,
comes into
all
play.
right. It's hard to be self-aware when we're grown men living our lives, right?
No, it's not. I think that's the easiest. That is the time to be self-aware.
Bro.
Yo, I'm leaning on son a little too much. Let me do something cool for him. That is the time to be self-aware. Where we're two grown men, it's easy to be self-aware and not be self-aware when you're young and y'all sharing plates of Chinese food, or you get the $5 every day for school and I'm getting your extra chicken wing or whatever. That's the time to like lean on a nigga. But when y'all grown men, that's when it's like, all right, my dude, you know.
If I'm calling you for something every 6 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I leaning on you too much?
6 months
or is it a problem the fact that in those 6 months in between the 2 times that I called you, I didn't call you about something else, or I didn't speak to you, right?
That plays into it.
But that's what I'm trying to say as far as that playing into it, where it's like, all right, yo, bro, you got your life, I got my life, and even though we're friends, right? I have the same friend group that I've been having, and relationships have gotten stronger. Some have gotten a little looser, whatever like that. But I still consider everybody my friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you could still call me, and we could just pick up where we left off anyway, right? But I don't think, all right, yo, bro, if we have history, chances are that we're friends because of we've had times where you've shown your ability to be a good friend. Right. That's why we're friends to this day, right? And I'm not gonna break that bond because, like, yo, all right, we having a time where we don't see each other as much.
So, I will say this: 2 things can be read at the same time. As far as, one should have self-awareness of certain things. But also, too, I believe it plays back on to make sure. Okay, for instance, like that bothers that person because that person hasn't expressed themselves, right? My wife always gets on me sometimes about being too expressive, meaning like if something bothers me, I have no problem stating that it bothers me. Like, and sometimes it makes things awkward. Sometimes it changes the energy in the room. Yeah. But I feel good because at least I've gotten out. So for instance,
got off your chest, right?
Right. So if we brung, if we brung D back into the situation, right? Which I'm pretty, me knowing him, he doesn't seem to have an issue saying what's on his mind.
No,
I feel like he'll
definitely
say, yo, man, you only call me when whatever case was.
Yeah.
But now let's say you express yourself.
But
hold on. Let's say you express yourself. and that person still goes back into the same thing, I think it's okay to cut that person off.
No, absolutely.
Let's get the final word on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's simple thing
home.
is he said you can't do needy one-sided transactional friends at this age. Like Ron said, and we're grown and we got too much shit going on. We got parents aging, jobs, kids that need shit. We got enough on our shoulders, which is very, very true.
Very true.
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
What he says, them that's folks go to the voicemail expeditiously.
Word.
Unless I'm free.
I hear you. I feel you.
Yeah, you got something,
you know. You know what? Hey, you got free will to pick and choose who you know what I mean? Yeah, you got free will, man. Because people just assume they're living their lives and they think everything is good. They, like, yo, that's my homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They not thinking nothing of it, right? It's like, yo, this is my man. He'll do this for me. It's not really no big deal. I ain't speak to him in a while, but yo, we still good, right?
Right.
And you sitting there salty, but this person don't even know what's going on, how you feel at all.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be,
And all right, this is the thing, like your definition of what the friendship is different from what the other person is. You know what I mean? What they think, right?
Yeah.
And you guys haven't come to an understanding of what like what's expected of your friendship, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll move on.
We'll beat a dead horse.
Stop fucking being like that, people. All right, before we go,
let's go to the very bottom. Get it cracking. See what's going on. Let's go right here.
I saw the name. Something like that.
Aisha Curry reveals she never wanted kids, had her own career goals, and that Steph doesn't understand her.
Kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No.
She always knew you wanted a big family.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have
kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big?
I'll let you go first, Ron. Put the hot potato in your lap. Pause.
Yeah. Am I missing something? Are they like getting divorced or something like that?
No, they're happily married.
No, they're not happily married.
No, well, she clearly has some kind of animosity towards his success and who he is, but she's clearly blaming him for her lack of success in her own.
You know what the sad thing about it is that there are women that would love to be in her shoes, that would just take her message and follow her and follow her on social media, follow her life and everything like that. And the information that she's putting out there, they'll roll with it. But the reason why they tuned in or they're into her is because of her being a wife and a mother and all that good stuff. Right? And they would love to be in the position that she's in. I think all this boils down to a lack of respect for her husband.
You know what, Ron? Okay. But I'm willing to think this may not have anything to do with him at all, except for the fact that when you're not happy with you and what you've accomplished and what your mission is on this earth, resentment builds. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is.
I think that, to go back to your point, hundreds of thousands of women would do a lot to be in the predicament she's in.
Millions.
Let's go millions.
Cause let's talk about it. Nothing's working. Like, she came out with the pots and pans that came and went. She got the restaurants. That's
I'm not
cool.
I'm not
She has
sure
money.
I'm not sure what she would have done with her career, but it probably wouldn't have been an all-star.
But doesn't like millions of
NBA
seed,
player.
like
Wait.
doesn't millions of dollars of seed money and fame and someone that you can leverage as a celebrity for free, doesn't that catapult whatever you can do to like the
if you don't want to produce
top
all
power,
the videos?
She's giving the impression that she's being held back.
Yeah.
She's giving the impression that she's being held back, right?
Well,
yeah. And this is a her thing, right? Yeah. Because imagine you had a wife that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars and you could do anything the fuck you wanted to do. You could start any business, do anything you wanted to do, right? Yeah. And you say you're so ambitious and you had so many goals. All right, you got the money for all that shit. Do what you want.
Right.
Sky's the limit at that point, right? If you want to start a business, if you want to whatever, you want to start a philanthropy type of situation, nonprofit, whatever you want to do, right? Anything that you plan to do as a single career woman, now you can actually buy the company or start your own company.
Yeah, like whatever the fruits of the labor were gonna get you.
Right?
You got the fruits.
And I think I believe she's trying to blame somebody for her failures, right? Even though she's wildly successful, right? As a wife, the failures that she has had, the tries that she's had, and they've gone nowhere, she has to blame those failures on somebody. And I don't know why she's giving that to him.
Because of the resentment. They have four beautiful kids.
Resentment, man.
When I think about this story,
maybe he's like a serial cheater. He's smashing mad chicks. He's doing wrong.
It could be something else. It could be something else. Like I said, we have an example in Mrs. James. Right? Mrs. James has a life very similar to that.
Talking about Savannah?
Talking about Mrs. James. Yep.
Right.
Mrs. James has no quarrels at all, or at least public quarrels at all.
If I had to guess,
okay,
I think LeBron is smashing way more side chicks than Steph Curry.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to.
Black excellence right there, brother.
I'm looking at the baby innocent face. Right. He looked like he looked like a good guy.
Well, listen,
maybe it's because he's so light skinned. I don't know.
They both were with the guy from the ground. Technically from the ground.
Yes, yeah.
Savannah more so maybe from the ground. Yes. And I would just say, no matter, you could look at celebrity as a whole. Sometimes us as regular folks, regular working class people, we look at them and we say, man, if I had all that, I'd be fine. And what you come to realize is that's not the case, right? For her to not have to work, well, being a mother full time, I'm sure it's a real job. I know you have help. You have enough money to have help, like to where you're not even
that
like
shadow that
you're not even like full. It's the shadow, and if you don't want to produce
Steph
all
Curry
of
would
the
have been a
videos,
journeyman in the league. You know what I mean? If you would have been his brother, she would have been fine. But the fact that Steph Curry is a household name and he's going around. I think his greatness on top. I don't think it's just the NBA
because it's greatness,
just the money.
It's greatness.
It's
there.
the greatness and the air that he's in.
Yeah,
I don't think she could breathe up there. You know what I mean? It makes it real tough. When we're talking about the story and when we juxtapose the sides, I think about Tabitha Brown and her husband Chance. Tabitha Brown, the influencer, when she made enough money off of her companies, she retired her husband. That was a police officer.
Yeah,
and he went on and created a couple of businesses, and he's not, you know, kicking her back in or anything like that. You don't really hear Stedman kicking Oprah's back. They're not married, but you know,
but also like I said,
it's a tough place to be. But if you had to diagnose what the real issue is, you would say what, Cool? Like if Steph heard that clip and he called you, he was like, "Yo, what's wrong?"
I mean, you know, the shadow, like you said, man, the shadow that you're casting,
shadow is just too.
It's very large. It's very large, and she's having a difficult time.
Even if you weren't gonna be great living under that shadow, I can't even.
Yeah, but
I can't even grow. It's like a flower growing up under like a tree. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get enough sunlight.
But the bad thing about it is that she can be great in that shadow. You get what I'm saying? That's the reality.
I mean, what's the
okay?
So let's play devil's advocate. Let me play devil's advocate. What's the goal? Cookie Johnson? What's the goal? Who's the greatest basketball wife?
Savannah James.
Yeah.
What has she done?
James.
What has she done?
She's held it down.
Simple thing said it. She played her position.
Yeah, the position.
Like, yo, bro. See, this is the thing.
Because we're all playing a position here.
But if your position is to be under me, if your position is to be in my shadow, how comfortable can a person be with that? Should Steph do a better job at advocating for her? I think he has.
But GB,
what does she want? Like, if you're gonna play, let's just play the whole thing out.
Okay, so play the hypotheticals.
Yeah.
So what do most internet women say they want? What do they want?
Clout.
Well, that's not what
money.
They want.
Well,
they want
the antithesis of an internet woman is Kim Kardashian. Does she want Kim Kardashian's career?
No, I don't think she's Kim.
That could be the goal
because Kim was
Kanye elevated Kim to a next level.
But you never heard Kim complain about.
No, but Kanye, I felt like Kanye gave her Skims, gave her certain things to put her to that next. He gave her Skims. That was his idea, and he gave it to her. She slapped her name on it, and now she's gone, and now she's a billionaire.
Don't act like that was her start.
Her start was a sex tape.
All right, but she was getting money.
The television show
off of a sex tape.
The television
whatever,
show, really.
Whatever you want to say.
I think he legitimized her business.
No, they had the show before.
Yeah, they had the show before that.
Before Skims.
Yeah, but the show was the show. She was an employee of E. Everybody have a show. Nene Leakes got a show.
Like, yeah, but you gotta think, man. Like E,
she had to share a show. It wasn't the Kim Kardashian show.
Either way,
she had to bust that check down with Bruce and all the other niggas. I mean,
that's
I don't mean to what.
No,
I can't call them that no more.
They get paid separately for who they are on the show, right?
Right.
What they bring. Who's the draw? The draw gets more money than everybody else, right?
Kim was the draw.
The thing
Kim was the draw until her father started putting on the dress. Now we watching for this nigga.
Either way, she was independently successful before Kanye. And I think that's what she wants. Right?
Okay.
That's what I don't know. From what she's saying, she didn't even want that. She didn't want to be married. She didn't want children. She didn't want nothing.
She
right?
wanted to be a girl boss.
You had free range to say no. You didn't have to marry him.
Right.
You didn't have to have his children.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do none of this shit. You could have just been a single career chick doing your thing.
Well, yeah, but then eventually would have been another song that she was
bullshit.
singing.
Yeah, would have been something else, right?
It would have been another song she was singing. I think that it's just a reminder that the material will never satisfy those things you have going on in your head, and your own self-worth. You know what I mean? It's because the thing about it is, when you have to give yourself value, right? This society, this world is not going to give you the value that you think you need. You know what I mean? It's got to be you to understand how important you are as a person. Because, just simply to know that you're a mother of, I don't know how many kids they have
4
together. 4? 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, those kids want for absolutely nothing, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they could shout a breakfast backwards, upside down, and the shit is cooked for them. And guess what? It's probably not even your hands to do it.
So when Jonathan Majors was barking on his white girlfriend, and he was like, "I need a Coretta Scott King," which is Martin Luther King's wife. He was saying he needs what?
He needs a writer, right? So you brought
backbone?
up I guess you could call it that.
Right.
You could use that.
Yeah.
But you have to have a partner that knows that, all right, you can do what you want to do, but the chances are is that you'll never be bigger than being my spouse.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right? So even Tabitha Brown. Her husband, right? He might start businesses and do this, that, and the third, but the first thing they're gonna use to identify who he is like, oh, that's Tabitha Brown's husband.
But you know what, Rocco?
No. Yeah.
But I'll say this, right? I feel like, okay,
but you got to be okay with that.
You do have to be okay with it, unless the person is constantly reminding you of the sorts. And when I watch her, I wonder if those things are coming from maybe Steph, being being a nasty guy.
I don't think so.
I don't. No. I'm not saying I don't know him, so I can't. Really
I'm
say.
not there in the house with him, but
I'm gonna make an assumption, right? If she feels that comfortable, now this is not the first time she's done this. She's done this on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Right. If she feels this comfortable to talk about her personal relationship with her husband, right? That they're actively married, actively continuing to have kids, which seems like they have a decent relationship, and she could talk like this publicly. No, he's not. He's not controlling that. Like, that's not control, but he's not. She's kind of. I think she controls that relationship.
I mean, I don't know. Women kind of control relationships to a degree.
No, they do.
They do.
But they do. All right. When you do it publicly and you talking shit about me publicly, that's one thing. You could do it in the house.
Well, I don't think she necessarily talked shit about him. I think it was just her voicing her emptiness. I don't think she never said Steph did anything wrong or bad or
she
negative.
Doesn't have to say his name, but indirectly she's she's basically saying I didn't want him. I didn't want this.
But this is the thing, though. We also do know people that are just miserable.
Yeah, that's a fact, because you could look at the situation. You could look at it half full or half empty, right? You could say, yo, I have everything at my disposal to be successful.
And then
if I want to do anything I want to do, I can do it. You could look at it that way, or you could be like, yo, I'm underneath this dude's shadow. I'll never be anything bigger than his wife.
Well, let me introduce this to the conversation. Steph Curry's father played in the NBA and had his, married to his mother, had 3 kids, and they got divorced after a while, just out of the blue. And, I don't know what cited that divorce. Do you think he's like seeing that play out and kind of like looking at what is, because I don't know, it kind of seemed like it's mirroring each other. Like I don't want, like, he has a beautiful family and a healthy marriage, but you know, at a certain, like when Steph Curry is not playing basketball and he's home and he's retired and he's doing other things, is this marriage gonna last?
That's what I was gonna say. I would not be surprised if they divorce.
So
Eventually, in
unfortunate,
some
yeah.
time, I don't know. I think it's
His
just a
mom
matter.
just upped and left. Like
I
his
think it's
mom
just a
just up
matter
and
of
left
time.
his pops, and you know, and it was kind of seeming like it's mirroring the same thing.
I think it's just.
What do you see in somebody early to not to like help men? Because this is what we're here for. What are some signs of someone that you could see early in life that's going to resent you or your greatness? Because the goal is for you to be great, right? Are there any early signs that you can see in somebody that's going to resent your greatness?
You could see it. You could see it like in the Travis Hunter situation. Like
Okay.
She's already vying for attention when
Right.
they just started. They're just like, soon as their relationship really got public, it's like, all right, I'm going to take this attention to try to get it for myself. Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do that. He's on the field every Sunday. He's
Right.
he's on Sports Center. He's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So he doesn't have to do that. Now
that's why the backlash was so visceral towards her, because it was like we kind of just saw that, like, yo, this young man is just getting his career started. You need to relax a little bit and be happy for him. Like you kind of like dim his light a little bit, right?
Yeah. It's like it's like, all right, when you think about it, how unnecessary it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you could literally, like, nope. I hate to say it like this, but nobody's really checking for you in that capacity, right? So what you have to do is you have to do a little bit of extra shit.
Yeah.
You got to show your ad, you got to show your looks, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm pretty, I'm this, I'm that, or whatever, right? Because you're already trying to fight that I'm more than just this kid's wife.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask. In closing, does she have more to prove because that's his wife? Than a person on the street? If she comes out with a company and another person comes out with the company, is her company looking like, she's doing this and she's getting this light because it's Steph's wife, or this company's coming like, yo, we're getting this because this is organic and this and the people's really messing with this?
Well, listen,
is it harder for her?
No, well, I mean, shit, George Foreman sold a shitload of grills
in the crowd. Yeah.
He sold the grills because he was George Foreman.
Chicken all over America.
I'm just saying. Initially, he sold the grills because he was George Foreman.
Right.
And then eventually, he sold the grills because the grills were fucking good.
Damn right.
Right. Yeah. So, I think it boils down to that. Right. Initially, you can sell these pots and guess what? We got the crock pot. My family, my wife went and bought the crock pot of Shorty, whatever case was. Have we used it? No, but
yeah, we got the pan set. That's how I know.
You know what I'm saying? We got it.
Burnt my hands every time. Like it's like the heat conducts into the pan. It's not a good product.
So you kind of answered your own question.
Yeah,
with that one, right?
Yeah.
So, but listen, I'm going to use my mother for example here. So my mom, right? Ma. So my mother, I remember one day, I found out, I'm big into getting her story and everything like that. And I remember saying, Ma, do you ever feel that like, upset or anything because you had to put your dreams and things aside, your goals and aspirations to kind of raise us? Do you ever feel that way? And my mother looked at me and said, I think that God put me here so I could bring you here. And I feel like a woman like that who has, I don't want to call it free income because she's a part of the spectrum of the pie that makes things go.
Yeah. Right.
But it's okay if your job is to be a mom.
That's not good enough for today's women, though.
No, it's not good enough for humans.
But no, I understand.
Humans
but that's the thing. Remember,
women like that. Just because she's a woman doesn't mean that you're supposed to play the back seat.
But no, I'm not. No, but
I was not responding.
Right, but it's far from a back seat.
Yeah,
making sure the kids have what they need to be successful and go and move, and more than successful, the household. It's not to me, it's not really a back seat or whatever. It's not a back seat. I mean,
well,
okay.
if you're just a mom, it's a backseat.
How is that?
No, I don't think so.
Yo,
Because
bro.
what do you want to do with yourself
No.
too? Like just the
Hold on.
mom is like
No, it's a backseat because your husband is a Hall of Fame basketball player.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Like,
what I'm yeah.
but there's
Everybody's not. A lot of women are not in that position.
no a lot.
Yeah.
The one you're in the 1%
Yes.
of
Yes.
wives in the world.
In the world, yeah.
I've said okay. Let's talk about regular wives, right? And regular
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
And when I say that it's not good enough these days, like yo, bro.
But that's what
most of us, right? When you retire from your job, they're not gonna put a fucking statue of you in front of the building, right?
Right.
They're gonna give you your social security. That you might have your retirement that you set up yourself. They ain't give you nothing extra, right?
Set of
So-
golf clubs.
Yeah, bro. Like yo, when I really
party.
like yo, I started some businesses, but they ain't like I didn't start the next Microsoft. I didn't shape the world or anything like that. Regular working dude, right?
Right.
So the best thing that I probably will do at the end of my life is my legacy, being Savannah and Carter's father and being Michelle's husband.
Right. Yeah, that's
like,
it.
yo, bro, that's who's that's gonna mean that means the most to those people than anybody else out there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not good enough for a lot of people, right? They have this idea in their head of like what success looks like, what they're supposed to do. Like, yo, you got mad people out there that's saying they're living for themselves and nah, I don't want this, I don't want that. But it's like, yo, bro, are you really blazing a trail? Like when you think about it, like, are you shaping the world? Or you know, like you're
also, Ron, I do think it's a little strange based on I'm pretty sure that a majority of her peer group is in that same space. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
sure.
sure a lot of the women she speaks to on a daily. First of all right. If I was to take 100% of the women that she probably can call on the phone, I would say a large part of the 100% would chop off a finger to have the life that she has. That's first of all. And then the other percentage are women who are in her predicament, NBA wives, right? Who are probably enjoying the fruits of the labor, you know what I mean? So I'm just not sure why, she's kind of so anti about it all of a sudden. But that's how I only have to feel. That's why it leads me to believe that he might be being kind of nasty on the low.
I don't think so. But one thing I'll give her credit for is like, all right, yo, fuck the money. I feel the way I feel, right? Yeah. You're not caught up by the bread like that, right? And we could talk about how cushy her life is and everything like that.
Yeah.
But yo, take that energy and blaze your trail.
Something. That's all we're saying. Do something.
You know what I mean? Do something.
That's all we're saying.
Don't act like this dude is holding you back.
Well,
it seems like he's
the easiest way.
Yeah, that's my
he letting you talk hella shit about him online. So evidently, if you wanted to do whatever, if you wanted to fucking I don't know what she planned on doing before she got with him.
Yeah.
You could probably do it.
You probably just want to work for somebody.
Yeah.
So just work.
Yeah.
Go get your law
Go
degree. Like, go do something. Like, whatever you want to do. If you want to go, you could be a surgeon. Go do what you want to do. You got all the means, everything to go do it. So that's our advice as Cigars and Whiskey. Shorty, yo, do something. Stop talking about it. Yeah, man. Do it. Do it. I guess we just go,
Let's go up to the whatchamacallit, because we were talking about I don't know, it might be the colorism thing.
Hey.
I don't know. That one right there. Yeah. Up above.
We were talking about colorism. Don't put that on.
The dog butts.
Who said that? I don't do dark butt. Who said that? Somebody said that. It was like Fresh and Fit or somebody like that, right?
Yeah.
Say a Black American wants to talk to you, would you not talk to them because they're Black? I mean, dating.
I wouldn't, because I wouldn't.
She's nice though.
Time.
So even though you Black American, you got an American, you would still say no.
I would still say no.
Okay.
Literally, and deep in me, I also want to have mixed babies. That's my
Okay,
dream.
let's talk about that. Why do you want to have mixed babies?
I feel like I don't want to say that.
No, say.
I like mixed babies because I think it's my preference.
Do you think
Mhm.
because
I've seen them like I like
Say a Black American wants to talk to you. Would you not talk to them because they're Black?
seen them like I like their hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have, sorry for being so blunt, do you have self-hate because you are dark skinned that you'd wish to have children who look different from you, their mother? Sorry for being blunt. I'm just saying.
Oh, it cannot be hatred. It's just a preference. It's just like someone saying, are you a vegetarian, or you don't like, or you eat chicken?
Mhm.
You're just a vegetarian. It's not a problem.
Oh.
That's a choice. I've seen them like I like their hair.
Who taught you to hate the
There we
color of
go.
your hair?
There we go. Hold on now.
Who taught you to hate the color of your
Don't,
skin
don't try to
to such
throw
an
Brother
extent that
Malcolm
you
off.
bleach
Nigga said,
to
all
get
right, all
like
right,
the
all right,
white?
all right.
Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose?
I don't know who taught you, nigga. Who taught you? Don't try to cut off Brother Malcolm now. Nigga, Ron said, all right, all right, all right, all right. I don't know. I think there's a lack of
All right,
education
so,
there. I don't know. I don't know.
Cake shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was from the last show. Some things. All right, what's your first thoughts,
Oh,
GD?
Jesus.
My first thought is, it's self-hate.
Yeah.
But we have to come up with a better word to disarm. I felt like she kind of got further in the conversation, but self-hate is like it's such a hard term to like diagnose yourself with because no one wants to say that. So is there an easier word for it? Is there like another word to ease the conversation? You know,
Instead of saying self-hate?
Yeah, because if you're there with her, like we could have got more out of her if she didn't say self-hate. Self-hate is the only word that I can think of, but is there another word for self-hate or like I don't know?
Well, she called it a
trauma?
preference. You don't
No, it's definitely not a preference. It is definitely self-hate. Like she doesn't want children that resembles herself. She doesn't want her children to have the same plight that she had growing up. She doesn't want her children to go through the same same things that she goes through to feel pretty. For her to feel pretty, she has to go through so much. She probably feels like, and to me, she's fine. She's a good looking woman. You know what I mean? But life beat her up. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's self hate. You know, it is self hate, but it's brought on by something. Maybe life. I don't know. It's sad. I can't call it, but to each his own. We all know that this is happening. We see it. We see it all the time. We see it in the NBA all day. Like every time someone comes out and they show like they getting married.
So you think
one of them, you know what I mean?
Marrying outside that might be a preference. That might be
It's
not just a preference. It might be what's available to them.
Yeah, but when she goes into talking about it, she doesn't want her kid to have the same texture as hair as her.
Oh yeah.
That's self-hate.
Yes, that's definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, that's self-hate. You know what I mean? You know, that kinkiness in the head. When you don't want your offspring to have the same characteristics as yourself, that's self-hate. That's a dog going to fucking a cat because you don't want to be a dog anymore. Because you don't want to make any more dogs. You know what I mean? Like it's just something completely different.
Simple thing said, I just don't understand her mindset. Just can't relate. Too many therapy sessions gonna be needed to crack that age.
Yeah.
Yo, we can't. That's how it's been in communities of African descent, and even
it's past that. We can't even put that on them anymore, my boy.
Well, all right.
Past that.
People of color, right.
It's fine to fall in love with who you want to fall in love with, but when you're expressing that, yo, I am actively choosing a certain partner because I don't want my offspring to look like myself. I want to change my gene pool. Yeah, that's a step short of bleaching.
Oh yeah, for sure. The actual clip that pops in my head, I remember. I don't know what the rapper's name was. I don't know. He was like a down south rapper.
Yeah.
He was a richly melanated guy from like Miami or something like that.
Right.
And he was talking about how he only dated white girls and he wouldn't date a black girl because he don't want to have no black ass babies, is what he said. You know what I mean?
His mama called.
He's like, I'm
his
black
mama
as hell.
probably called him black. His teachers probably called him black. The kids in school probably teased him because he was black. He probably just chose. He doesn't want his kids to grow up with the same plight that he grew up with. He's doing his kids a favor by lighting them up.
So is
Each his
there
own.
is there any way to reverse the sentiment or kind of combat the idea that European features or European shades are better than
Damage is
richer
done.
shades?
Damage is done.
Mm.
Damage is done.
Corey, cool. What do you think?
If you got knowledge of self and love of self.
Oh boy. Well, GB, that was definitely a good lifesaver of a comment right there. Yeah, knowledge yourself. But also too, I mean, I don't want to say this is. I don't want to bring any negative shit to you guys' show. I can't necessarily say. I mean, we all kind of know that. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
What? Just say
But,
it.
I mean, we all kind of know, like the African niggas, they don't really fuck with us like that.
Yeah.
African niggas
But
don't really fuck with us like that.
I don't think she would date an African either.
No, I think she would date an African. I think if the African man was in a place, what you say?
Elon Musk is white African. She said she want a white boy.
Well, what are we referring just to her or the frame of mind in general?
All right, either one. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about.
No, I mean her. I just feel like we cannot always excuse. We can't always count out a person's preference. A person is allowed a preference. Right?
I think that's kind of like a scapegoat, though.
No, I'm just saying, every person, every human's allowed a preference, right?
Yeah, I prefer to smoke crack.
Well, I mean, I prefer to sell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's meet on the back alley.
Exactly.
No, but I'm just saying, once we always account someone's preference to some sort of self-hate, I don't think that's fair all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When you express it like that, though, when you ask somebody, when you dig a little deeper,
I
believe, you ask them and that person tells you like, yo, I can't get a comb through this shit, yo. I want my kid to go through that.
But I think
that's a little bit of, you know what I mean? That's like, all right, well,
But I think you could see when she was asked the question as far as self-hate, right? Her answer was at a level of immaturity to where you should be able to just take her word that that's her preference. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no educated reason for, you know what I'm saying? There was no education behind the statement. It was just, no, I just like this.
And she's young. She looks like early 20s.
Right? So
she's a baby still.
So let's be clear, right? Preferences are based on experience and knowledge, right? You don't just say, that's my preference, right?
Experience, knowledge, and what if you just like something?
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Why do you like it? Why do you like
it? See it? Like maybe you just see it and you
like
it, right?
Why do you like it and why don't you not like the other?
But wait, Ron, regardless of
I don't know, because it's like when growing up, Kelly Bundy was hot. Penny on Good Times was hot. Winnie on
Wonder Years.
Wonder Years was hot. So it was like, if a girl looks good, she looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that? Is that that's not a preference? What's that? And shout out from D that recently passed, D, for what's happening now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my first questions. Like, you know what I mean? You know,
yeah, she's mean. You like mean chicks, right?
like, oh, shit. I love shit. Yeah. Like the first girl I seen on her and Penny from Good Times is like, yeah, that was
I'm
that
just
was
saying, right? I just think that
But is that experience?
All right, so
sorry, Cool.
You get so upset.
I wasn't even upset.
No, he busy. He busy.
Oh, okay.
He busy.
No,
so go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, to a certain degree, you do have to allow a person their preference.
Yeah. And those preferences to grow? Do preferences grow?
Just as far as what they like. You know what I mean? Now,
but does that preference grow? When she has,
it may not grow.
Maybe she never had a white boyfriend and she has a white boyfriend and she's like, you know what? I'm good.
It
Let
may
me go
not,
with
but
this.
listen, it may not grow. Like,
okay,
it may not grow. I think our problem, I believe a lot of our problem is that we have the tendency to put our own beliefs on everybody.
Talk about it.
We have the tendency to put our own feelings and aspirations and goals and what we like and what we expect on
our experiences
and our experiences on everybody. My thing was, once the girl was asked, is it a self-hate thing? The way she responded told me everything I needed to know about the person. She didn't give any philosophical
That's why
reason.
I prefaced it was that, is there another word? Because self-hate automatically puts someone on defense. Self-hate is something about yourself. You hate yourself. That's nothing good to admit. Is there another word that we can use to like ease into that conversation to get a better answer?
No.
Nah, right?
It just is what it is.
Let's see what Simple Things we're talking about.
A lot.
Simple Things said, education is the only way to combat that. She needs to take a look at some of the books that depict what was done to us during the transatlantic trade.
Her people sold us.
Yeah, it's real. But how they express it tells
she was on a winning team,
right? So, yo, bro, when it first of all,
we lost the wars.
Yo, I can't. I certain things I really don't believe. I'm not. It doesn't. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing. I don't believe, right? Because when it comes down to who you will date, sleep with, and things like that, I don't think there's no restriction on beauty. It doesn't matter the color. Anywhere you go, I go to India, Asia, Africa, wherever, you're gonna find beautiful people that you would love to probably spend some time with, right? And when you say shit like that, and you're just Xing out a total group of people, it has to be self-hate, right? Because you when you talked about women, you gave a wide array of different women, right? All different shades, sizes, whatever. Beauty is all over the place.
Shout out to Tootie.
You know what I mean? So when people make statements like that, they call it a preference. I think the preference is just a cop out. It's a cop out, right?
Okay.
Because no, like if I say, yo, I don't eat licorice, right? Because I tasted it and it tastes disgusting, and I don't want to taste it no more. I don't want to eat it no more, right? I like red licorice, cherry licorice, right? But that's based on my experience, and I've tried it. You know, I've had it. I know I do not like it, and that's why, right? But when you talk about hair textures, or you say like, yo, like I only date a specific type of woman, right? Yeah, I think it definitely leads down to self-hate, because attitude that you could say, like when people say they don't date like black women, right? there are Indian women, Asian women, white women that have bad attitudes, black women too, but they're nice women in every shade also. Beauty is everywhere, different personalities, everything.
I see
You know what I mean?
people for people.
And the thing is, especially when it comes down to dating and love and things like that, your environment dictates that a lot, right? So if you live in, let's say, a primarily African country or city, and you all of a sudden you find the one white person that's there, no, you did that. That was strategic. That wasn't just a preference. It wasn't like, yo, I had this group of men to choose from, and I wound up falling for this particular guy.
So when white women date black men, is that self-hate? When white women have the preference to only date black men, is that self-hate? Or white men date white women? I mean, black women.
All right.
Is that considered self-hate? If they were like, yo, I only want to date a black man, is that self-hate? Or self-hate is only a black thing?
No, I don't. And I do I believe that, and I'm not trying to move the goalposts or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the majority of white women that date black men, they've dated white men. And they prefer. The goalposts? I think they prefer.
Let me read the definition.
So why is that okay to prefer that?
Let me read a quick definition.
Because I've tried it, right? And I'm not using like.
But why are you automatically assuming that she did? But hold on. Self-hate is characterized by persistent negative thoughts or feelings directed towards oneself, often involving intense self-criticism and self-judgment. It can typically manifest as a recurring internal dialogue that emphasizes one's personal flaws, mistake, and perceived shortcomings. How to handle self-hatred. Practice self-compassion, challenge your negative thoughts, focus on your strength, set a realistic goal and celebrate small wins, limit social comparison, surround yourself with supportive people, talk to a therapist. I feel like limit social comparison is the number one thing that kind of stood out in that. Limit self-comparison. The beauty standard that you see. Maybe you're looking too much at one thing. Maybe you're watching too much of one thing. Maybe you're seeing too much of one kind of people. Your beauty standard is set to one thing. Maybe you're not really seeing people that look like you.
That's
that you
okay.
feel.
No. You see people like you, but you think that people like you are not attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You think that you've gone with the idea that, yo, this group of people, they're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
These group of people are not beautiful. You're not looking, you're not going any further than that. Now, the reason why I'm not, when you asked me about her, how I didn't know, because she didn't use the fact that she's talking about dating a certain man or having babies with a certain man, right?
Yeah.
But she didn't say, I dealt with these type of men and I don't like these men. She said, I like the hair.
Right, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So when it comes down to a lot of like white women that date black men, if you see for a good portion of them, right? Not all of them, but they may look more like our women, thicker white women. You know what I mean? They might be a little more hood than the average white girl. You know what I mean?
You're giving them an out.
Huh?
You're giving them an out.
I'm not giving them an out. I'm just
them an out, bro.
That's an observation that you don't agree?
No.
You don't agree with me?
No.
But one thing I said before, do you agree that you feel like most white women that date black dudes have dated white men?
I'll give you that. That I will give you that.
And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you could develop a preference in that way, where it's like, yo, I tried this and it did not work for me, or they don't like me, or
you go black, you can't go back. You know what I'm saying?
It could be that. It could be that. So and some of these dudes, I'm not saying they date just strictly white girls, like let's say NBA players or whatever.
Right.
But they probably dated black chicks and you're like, yo, they prefer whatever reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's normally what they say, right?
Yeah.
But they don't say, like basically, I don't want. A lot of these niggas is not saying, nah, I'm
Or I
not fucking
want
no
to
black chick.
do
If they
shit.
meet a bad black chick or good, they're not like.
we have the same visceral reaction when there was those football players on that boat, I think in like Miami, and they were like, yo, all we want is white women. Viral thing. And they're like, yeah. And it's like, it's like we have the same kind of reaction. Like, someone did a number on you. Like, I don't know if someone called you ugly, if someone made you feel like you are less than, but sorry that happened to you. But, maybe you might come around or just do what's best for you. At the end of the day, what can you do, man?
Yeah.
Man. We'll let Simple Things have the final word on it. He said, agreed, true preference is real, but how they express it tells the real story.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his best thing of all he said tonight was good point, GB. Shout out to Simple Things.
Yeah. All right, where we going next?
Yeah. What we got, cool?
Let's get a couple more and then we can wrap it
Yeah, let's
up.
do like a couple of short things. Whatever, cool. Whatever we ain't hit.
That next one below. Up. I'm sorry.
Below is down.
Below him. Yeah, below this one.
QB since 19. Oh shit! All that to run off.
Most cases, I genuinely believe that a lot of men go broke trying to meet the requirements of a woman. Most men go broke trying to meet the requirements of a woman. A lot of the times, women volunteer. A lot of men resources. Look at most cases. I don't meet men that always want to go out to eat. That's mostly women. Most men do not want to go to the mall and go shopping.
It's a fact.
It's mostly women. Women want to travel, so the man always try to accommodate the woman. If you said that we had a simple life, a lot of men could meet the requirement of manhood. The issue is a lot of men cannot meet the requirement of manhood because a lot of women carry very materialistic beliefs and ways. Therefore, only hurting the man because the men are not considerably men because they do not meet the criteria of what she would like materialistically. So therefore, if you eliminate her materialistic ways and you say we have shelter, we have a car, and we have food, and my kids have somewhere to call home, I think he's meeting the requirements.
Yeah.
Now, you don't want that one multiple vacation. A vacation is a luxury, it's not a necessity. Most cases, I genuinely believe that a lot of men go broke trying to meet the requirements of a woman.
Frozen. Chuck.
Working on it, guys.
Well, just run it back one more time if it's still available. Is it still available? Run it back one more time for Ron.
Most cases, I genuinely believe that a lot of men go broke trying to meet the requirements of a woman. Most men go broke trying to meet the requirements of a woman. A lot of the times, women volunteer. A lot of men resources. Look at most cases. I don't meet men that always want to go out to eat. That's mostly women. Most men do not want to go to the mall and go shopping.
It's a fact.
It's mostly women. More women want to travel, so the man always try to accommodate the woman. If you said that we had a simple life, a lot of men could meet the requirement of manhood. The issue is a lot of men cannot meet the requirement of manhood because a lot of women carry very materialistic beliefs and ways. Therefore, only hurting the man because the men are not considerably men because they do not meet the criteria of what she would like materialistically. So therefore, if you eliminate her materialistic ways and you say we have shelter, we have a car, and we have food, and my kids have somewhere to call home, I think he's meeting the requirements.
Yeah.
Now, you don't want that one multiple vacation. A vacation is a luxury, it's not a necessity.
I'm not playing it again. Okay. What was your
first thoughts on that?
He's pursuing the wrong woman. How can you possibly keep up with that woman? What does that woman possibly, those are fast money women. Those are women that are there for the fast money. Those are money. Those are women that are around for the bootleggers, for the crypto dudes, for the drug dealers. That's fast money. Those are women without really a grasp of what it really takes to be a team,
I think most women want to. I don't think he was just describing fast money women, because I think most women they have a certain standard of living,
well, most
or
people have a certain
lifestyle
standard.
that they want to live.
People, right? Men go shopping too. Men go pick up stuff for themselves, and everybody wants to live good, but you live within your means. And when you both love each other and you pool your resources and you decide what your means are, that's where you're gonna live. And if that's not good enough for you, then either you work harder or you move on to somebody else. What else are you gonna do?
I think one of the points that he was making is that it's not about the necessities. Most people worry about the extras versus having the necessities down pat. And
Extra is extra.
Hmm?
Extra is extra. Even Tiny Tim wanted something for Christmas. Like, he was dirt poor. Like, everybody wants a little something extra. Everybody wants a little bone. Everybody wants a little butter biscuit. Everybody wants something extra. Everybody wants a vacation or a nice car or a nice night out on the town. Now, the way I perceived what he was saying was that people that perceive that want a certain lifestyle. Now, lifestyle is like, all right, we're going to the spa every weekend, or we're going out to eat every weekend. It kind of seems like, maybe you're dating a woman who's too materialistic, and therefore she's a little bit out of your league, but you're just stuck on her because of her appearance. Men pursue women because of their appearance.
Okay.
Right? And they'll go through heaven and hell, spend all their money to keep up with this woman. And when they run out of money or the things doesn't work, they blame the woman. She was there before you even met her. You knew what she was. You know you was in the fast lane and you couldn't keep up in that fast lane. Don't blame that woman. You looking for the wrong woman.
There is no.
And if you
slow
marry
lane.
a woman,
there's not a slow lane though.
No, on a parkway, no.
In most cases, there's no slow lane.
There's a minimum.
No, nobody does the minimum.
Listen,
nobody does.
You get behind people in that third lane and they driving too slow. You're going around them, or you're honking your horn.
Yeah.
Or if you know that you're gonna take your time, you're in the middle lane or you're in the far lane. There are lanes for different people moving at different speed. You know, if you're on a parkway and you're in that third lane, that lane is to go. If you ain't trying to go, get out that lane, or else people are going to be flashing their high beam behind you. You know, a truck is going to pull up behind you. And then if you acting like you don't know what's happening, you just playing dumb. And I feel like niggas be playing dumb. You got in that third lane, you couldn't keep up with Shorty's lifestyle, and now you playing dumb, and now you crying to niggas. I don't want to hear it. You knew the game, bro.
No.
You knew the game.
No.
You know who she dated in the past.
We not talk. No, you see, you keep talking about this that has some high level of.
That's who he's describing.
No.
Okay.
Because regular people,
right,
that have regular jobs, make decent money, right? They're trying to have 2 car notes. They're trying to live in a certain neighborhoods. They're trying to go on vacation multiple times a year.
Right.
They're trying to have a nice wardrobe. They're trying to send their kids to the best schools.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing all that. Right?
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it's a struggle or they just getting by. Because that's like the minimal aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's stop acting like if if that we're talking about some high level of upper class people, whatever, that, you know, some chick that wants to just wear designer and do nothing and just spend money and go on vacations all the time. No, we're talking about regular working people. Like even the regular working person, the standard of living is like you should be upper middle class. You know what I mean?
Right.
And basically what he's saying is that as a man, we are gauged by how we provide. But if a man is providing home, shelter, transportation, food on the table, all that good stuff, that's not good enough.
Right.
So
you're dating the wrong person. You have to date the person with the similar aesthetics.
That's what dating is all together. There's no like there's not that.
Well, dating is courting, and dating is and in courting, yeah, you're going to spend a little couple extra dollars at first because you're going to get to know this person. But after a while, it's going to slow down, and you're going to kind of like meet in the middle, and we're going to agree to spend time without having to break the bank. You know what I mean? We're going to, you know, do other things. There's going to be a couple of Netflix and chill nights. You're going to cook. I'm going to cook. We're going to do certain things. It's not going to be automatically going to the club, buying a bottle, going on vacation.
We ain't saying that. We not saying no. Let's talk about. I think we're regular folks, right? Regular middle class people, right?
Right. Hold on. I got a couple of stats. According to U.S. Foods, Americans dine out at a restaurant about 3 times per month on average, and order delivery about 4.5 times a month. Vacations. A 2023 report from TransUnion found that 54 of households plan 1 or 2 trips over the spring and summer travel season. So more than half of Americans go away once a year.
Okay.
Plan travel.
All right. And what I'm saying is that who's that? Oh, okay. Everybody, most people, if you look at the stats, how much debt people have, right? That means a lot of people really can't afford that shit. But they do it because that's the minimal aesthetic at this point, right? And I think basically what he's saying is that, all right, even if a man brought that down a bit, and he didn't, let's say he wasn't going on vacation every year, or he said, yo, you know, 1 car is good enough for us, or like, nah, we can't buy a 5-bedroom house, we gotta get a 3-bedroom crib or something like that. You'll have women that may say like, yo, that's not enough for me.
Then that's not the woman for you, Ron.
But if all the women, or the majority of women
are not saying that, trust me.
We talking about that's basics though.
No,
that's basic.
There are practical women that'll be like, yo,
that's okay. And I think
the 3-bedroom will.
So you don't think what he was trying to say that's practical at this point,
right?
And even if you're not at that level, you're looked at as a failure, and you can't provide. But you are providing. You're providing food, shelter, and transportation, and all the stuff that's needed to run a household.
I kind of saw it a lot more black and white than that. I kind of really saw that like, yo, listen, you're dating out of your league. Yo, you can't keep up with these certain women are spoiled. Once they date that athlete or they date that drug dealer
See,
it's hard for them to come to the other side.
Don't go on the extremes with me. No,
that's the reality.
All these chicks is not mad at these chicks that's requiring this, that require this. They've never dated an athlete. They
don't know it. Then where do you even get it from? Did they get it from their own household? All right. So the other thing is
social media. They getting it from housewives. They getting it from reality.
What about
TV?
their own experience, their own anecdotal experience? Did they grow up like that? Did they grow up going on vacation once or twice a year?
No.
Well, I don't know where they're getting it from.
But if everybody on the gram goes on vacation, they in the islands, or they in Europe or some shit like that, I gotta go. Oh, such and such, they moving here, they bought a crib here, I need to be there too. Like that becomes the minimal aesthetic. Right. Like this is the bare bones minimal lifestyle that you have to live.
If you're not providing, I don't have that. I've never had that pressure on me. I've never had that pressure to do more than I can do. I've never dated women that put pressure on me to spend an absorbent amount of money on them just to keep up with a certain lifestyle. It feels shallow. It looks shallow. It would look crazy.
It is very
It would
shallow.
feel off-putting. Like I've never been there, but I could experience it. And if
were you dating in the emergence of Instagram?
No.
Okay.
So this just started happening. So when niggas were selling crack and putting shorties in fur coats and sending them out to dinner, there's been fast money.
No,
I feel like
there's always been fast money.
women that are
But
accustomed
the
to
fast money dudes had the fast chicks, right? And there were different lanes at that point, right?
Yeah.
And then a chick would actually build with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right now, a
chick that you're gonna really like build with, like either you spend that little quick $100, $200, smash and dash, you know what I mean? Or if you're trying to realistically build with somebody who is that superficial, shame on you, yo. I can't feel sorry for you. I can't feel sorry for you if you're trying to build with somebody who you can't keep up with what they want, with their expectations. Yo, if you just try to get the buns, spend the money, do what you gotta do, fake it till you make it, smash, get up out the paint. But if you're trying to keep that up, you kind of wilding, yo.
No,
come on,
no, bro. Basically, in the video, what he's saying is that if a guy is not trying to keep up with that,
yeah,
he's looked at in a different way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we talking about a guy that's saying, "Yo, this is what I'm doing." Right?
Yeah.
We don't need this. We don't need that.
Marathon runners, yeah.
So
it's people that run marathons, the people that sprint.
If the chick he's dating or his lady or his wife or whatever, that's not enough for her. Like he's looked at as like, yo, you can't provide. You can't do whatever. Because she's looking at on the outside or what's going on outside.
Yeah, she want what's next. What's next? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she want the next popping thing. She want the next bag. Yo, Timberland got the new Telfair collab. Yo, boom. I need that. And you sitting there like, huh? Like I can't do. I don't want to do that. I can't do that. Now when you meet a modest woman, a woman towards you, unless that's you. Now let's talk about it on the flip side. If you living fast and you trying to have her, you know what I mean, on the down and out, then you kind of wilding.
What you mean?
No, if you're out there, you copping the new Louis and you got the new truck and you got the new everything like that, and you expect her to live below her means, I think as a man, you being a little foul. But I feel like your lifestyle should match who you're with's lifestyle. If you're frugal, you should be dealing with a frugal woman. If you pick your spots and you like to get fly and like how most of us do, I mean, most of us in our peer group we're not super rich, but yo, we'll pick our spots, we get fly, we do our thing, you know what I mean? Jewelry, nice pieces. I got my piece, she got her piece. We keep it up, you know what I mean? Don't leave her behind, but come on now.
I think there's a bigger issue going on, especially in our community, where we still do this act as if type of shit, right? Instead of having real things, right?
Okay.
Or really building shit, right? It's like we want to look like something, but it's not really built on a strong foundation. Like our money, like we you probably got couples that's tens of thousands of dollars in debt before they really have any assets together. You know what I mean? Because they're not willing to sacrifice the look of it all in order to have some real shit.
Fake it till you make it.
Yes. Yeah. And that's
never make it.
That's the sentiment I get when I hear shit like that, right?
Right.
When it's like, yo, all right, let's work on the basics. Let's get the basics down pat before we gotta, let's get 2 dope cars. Let's buy this crib that's too expensive for us. Yeah. Let's go on vacation. Let's go to this island, that island, or whatever like that. Yeah. But you still like, all right, you making some money, but you spending it all plus putting some shit on credit. And I think that's how a lot of us live, right? Yeah. And I think we need to get get down to the simple brass tacks of shit. Like financially, economically, nah, we don't need the access or whatever. I know we live in America where it's the world of access, but we kind of got to do things different. You know what I mean? But we represent the underbelly of the economic world in the United States of America. But we spend more than any other race of people.
Talk about it.
So this sentiment is transferred down to our men, right? So now a man has to feel like the pressure of, yo, I got to do this, I got to do that. If I want to be out here dating, I might have to. Chicks is like, yo, you gonna take me on vacation? Like, yo, come on, let's be real. Like, you wasn't going on vacation with some chick you just met. You probably had to be in a relationship with her for a certain amount of time before y'all was going on vacation together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, to the point where couples, when they spending good money at a restaurant, it's for a special event. It's not for a first date.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we live in this age where, like, yo, women have to have it all. They have to have it all right now. They have to get as much as they can out of a guy that a lot of times they don't even really want a future with. They're just trying to see how far he will go to show how much he likes her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if a man does have some standards or boundaries, he's kind of set to the side. He's looked as like, yo, you broke. You know what I mean?
Right.
If he's really trying to build something for himself and really start a family, get with a woman and build together.
Yeah.
They look at that dude like he's fucking.
Can you turn a woman like that around?
No, you can't. But the problem is too many women like that. That's the problem. And it's like, not because they've had it before. This is what they're told that they should have.
Okay.
That should be required of men now.
All right.
And I think that's the problem. It's not about like, yo, well, you should date, yo, you can't, if you can't afford it, yo, you trying to keep up. No, yo, bro. You can't run the Indy 500 in a fucking Toyota Corolla. If you want to be in a race, or what is it, niggas just like, I'm not gonna date at all, or I'm just like, yo, I can't have a woman at all. Now I can't have a woman.
No, if you're in a Corolla, you're gonna race people in Corollas. That's all I'm saying. Find women in Corollas, bro. That's literally all I'm saying.
The race, no.
Find people who match your thing. Get off of Instagram. Meet real people. If you're looking for a girl on Instagram, 9 out of 10 times
that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you find a girl on Instagram.
You're saying, but no,
the girl you meet in real life has Instagram. She's on Instagram,
right?
So she sees Instagram,
right?
Even if you meet her in real life, this is still what she's requiring. It's not because you met her on Instagram.
Some people are really grounded, though, Ron. Some people grew up in a situation where they understand how much a vacation costs. Maybe they took themselves on vacation and they understand how much a vacation costs, and they understand, like, yo, okay, this dude works a regular job. Yeah, he's on his way to a career, but it's a lot for me to ask him to take me on vacation for my birthday. Maybe we'll just do something nice, go to a nice restaurant and get a hotel room, or do something like that.
So you don't think it's a problem when the majority of women don't think like that? Let's just say the what you just said. There's a very. I don't think the majority.
I don't think the majority of women think like that. I think we kind of. I think we putting that on them. I don't think that, because that's just saying the majority of women are delusional, and I'm not willing to say that, because that's delusion to think that people have more money and don't understand the concept of money. It's like you're saying, like, women just don't have any concept of money. They know what money is. They know what people make, and they know if they like somebody and he makes a certain amount of money, I'm gonna have to like live within his thing.
No, I don't.
Now, if a man is pursuing a woman and she don't really dig him like that, and she's gonna use him up for certain things like that, and she don't really have an vested interest in his future, then she's gonna use him up. Yeah, let's max out those credit cards. Yeah, let's do all that. And let's get that. Yo, as a matter of fact, pay my rent, get my hair done, and pay for my nails, and we going on vacation. She just gonna abuse. We're talking about financial abuse here. You know what I mean? We're talking, and it's a situation that we really don't talk about. But yo, it goes both ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Women prey on men who they're not really into. You know what I mean? And they financially abuse them. And if you're willing to be financially abused, yo, dog, maybe you gotta learn the hard way. But we're here to tell you, yo, date women in your lane, date women in your field. You know, there are clear signs, yo. If she's pushing you to spend money or send her money and do all that, if the Cash App is popping, the Zelle is popping, everything, she wants you to send money to if you're not there and she wants you to send money to her for her and her friends to eat,
no,
that is a red
that's
flag.
not what. That's not what we talking about, bro. That's not what we talking about.
Okay, bring it back then. What
we talking about regular woman that might have her own shit.
Right.
Yeah. She might have her own shit.
All right.
But she might have some money. She might have her own apartment. She might have a car.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But in order to date her, because she has a car or she has her place or she has a job, no, she needs to get more out of you. You have to have more than her. You have to provide her more than what she says she has, right?
Mm-hmm.
She might have hella debt or something like that. Or she might be living hand to mouth. But she assumes that, yo, even though you struggling just to have your car and your place, I'm supposed to put you in a crib or whatever. Or if I'm dating you or whatever, I should be able to, oh, I went on a vacation. I went on a girls trip. You should be able to take me on vacation and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if a man was in this dating world and he has boundaries, financial boundaries, I believe he would, majority of men be X'd out. Because I think the men that really set the boundaries because they don't have the money, those be the niggas that get all the chicks that the chicks like them and they eating off, they living off the chicks.
Oh. I'll let you put the cherry on it.
That's all I gotta say. I think I think that financially as a community, we should value like being not even frugal, but like being realistic. Right? Everything is not social media. Everything is not television, and everything is not for the lights. And I know we live in a society where people love the way things look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how they are. They love the way they look. Right? But that's really not real life. Or if it is your real life and you know, and you're struggling, why would you expect to like, all right, let's throw more money at the struggle. Right? Let's do more so we struggle more, but it looks good though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's sad that a dude or somebody that's grounded in this whole environment would be shunned. Automatically, when a dude says he has some boundaries, he's broke. And that's a problem. That's a problem because realistically, you do the numbers, you put up the stats. We don't make money. As a community, we don't make money. But all of a sudden, it seemed like everybody you see, they got money. They doing all the fly shit. Where is money coming from? When you look at the stats, average black person making 40,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? But niggas, fly shit all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We vacation, we all that shit.
Big whips.
All that. All that. So.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Bring us home, my boy.
All right, yo. Big shout out to everybody tuned in on the chat. We appreciate everybody stopping in. Shout out to our guy, Simple Things. Been a long time, man.
Peace, God.
Very, very good to see you there. Appreciate you. If you don't follow us,
sipping tonight, my boy.
Oh yeah.
Sipping tonight.
Yeah. We sipping good. How'd you feel about that Glenmo?
It's cool. So was a nice. So was a nice drink. Yeah. So was nice.
Yeah. I like that. I like that one. I thought it was orange. I thought it was dope because I remember. Shout out to KB. He had brought like one of those orange joints, Glenmo orange, and it was like, tastes like different. Tastes like medicine.
Yeah.
But this one is in bourbon cask. Yeah.
Yo, actually, I got a quick question. I got a quick whiskey question. I went to Rita earlier and picking up food.
Treasure.
Yeah,
National treasure, right?
Yeah. I went to go
Wings
pick up
and
a little
things.
brother. I was
wings and things.
Think about me, Tarita, man. You know what I mean? See,
Treasure,
and
man.
this is another thing, right? About black people.
Come on.
Right? There's a restaurant called Meet Tarita,
Mm-hmm.
local spot,
Mhm.
local. I think they're
Treasure.
Colombian food.
Yeah,
And
Is it
yeah,
Colombia?
I think it's Colombian.
All right.
And very good food, very reasonable. Decor wise, it's not the greatest looking restaurant, but you eat well, right? And
not too bad either, though. It's not the worst.
Not the worst. Not the worst.
When you get inside and you sit down and you hanging out,
it's cool.
Yeah,
It's not like
I ain't
Instagrammable pictures and all that shit. You know what I
ain't
mean? And this is what I'm saying about us doing things for the look of it, right?
Yeah.
Think about how many restaurants. I know we've been to mad fucking restaurants. It's mad expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, yo, I don't
your
eat,
family on $50.
I don't eat that well as I eat at Meet Tarita when I go to these other restaurants. That I spend like 3-4 times the amount of money.
Yeah. You can feed your family on $50.
Yes.
But I was saying, I went there and I had to wait for my food because they didn't get the order right.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the bar. When the way I drink, if I'm drinking something, I'm sticking with that for the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
It could be my first drink of the night. I kind of wanted an old fashioned,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't see anything. Like, what whiskey would you recommend making an old fashioned?
I'm not sure how they do it. I know. I think they might use a bourbon. I'm not. What? Yeah. Because
maybe like a Jack or something.
Well, that's
that's American. American
entry level.
Right. Yeah. But I want to say they might make an old fashioned with like Southern Comfort. I think I've seen that.
No, I would not want that. I would want something a little better in that. I don't know. But I looked at the bar and I'm like, hey, what, they got a Jack back there? I'm good. I'll just wait till I get home. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you know, they really have a great selection back there. But yeah,
my Spanish folks,
them,
man, you know, ain't a lot of whiskey back there. Probably.
Yeah.
The average isn't coming in looking for whiskey.
Yeah, it's more tequilas and vodkas and all that other shit. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, but that was was it.
So yeah, I think this was a good joint right here, man. Yeah. What's the price point on that one?
$60.
Okay. Yeah. And I think that Drew Estates tobacco special, that's pretty good, man. It has like a little sweetness on the tip. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's infused. I don't think it's infused.
Nah, it was cool.
Yeah, pause. Yeah, I felt like that was a pretty decent smoke. Yeah, if you don't follow us on Instagram, please do at Cigars Whiskey. That's Cigars with an S Whiskey. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Cigars the Ensign Whiskey Podcast. Again, Cigars the Ensign Whiskey Podcast. All right, Corey, cool. Let the people know where they can find you, man.
Oh man, well, first of all, I just gotta say, I'm just happy to be here. You guys do an amazing job each and every week. Takes a lot of dedication.
We do.
Hey. I just press record. My job is easy. I'm thankful for you guys to, continue this thing week after week. Mm-hmm. As a person like myself who does a lot of things, content and shows and shit throughout the week, this is by far, one of the highlights of my week. I appreciate you guys. I really want you to keep this thing going forward. Let's keep teaching the young men out there how to do this thing. And you can find me at cooluniversity.com.
Gotcha. All right. And with that, we want to thank you guys. Good looking out, Simple Things.
Simple Things.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Cigars and Whiskey Podcast. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.